welcome to another Let's Try. This is SYNTHALGIA. That I'm trying to do a Let's Try of. I've tried this previously. Oh man. Let me bring up the page first, give you what this game should be for you here. So this is hello. It's a newly released demo here. Let's pause that. So an updated demo. So fast-paced, turbocharged 1980s supercar racing down scenic highway. You know, you're supposed to drive dangerous and get like nitro and dodge traffic and refuel. It's pretty much a game where, you know, you're supposed to a little bit of like the burnout, like you can go close to cars to build up extra and, you know, to drive through the course. It's my knowledge of it here reading. And this game, when it came out as a first demo, it definitely had some issues with like performance and with introduction to like what's the mechanics of the game and the menuing and a little bit like that. And this is a small developer doing this and you know, leaving feedback on the video, which is nice. I've definitely been considering like creating a dedicated like mail, because sometimes I can definitely see that there might be some developers that don't want to communicate openly through a YouTube space. But then again, my channel is very minor, so it might just be unnecessary in the long run. So I don't know if I should create a feedback and you know, mail contact. I don't think it would be used to get like endorsement or people to like developers suddenly start hey, you know, you want a key. I highly don't think I'm big enough for that. But yeah, so it's nice that, you know, developers or, you know, your community has feedback and don't have to agree with my points in my video, you know. That's not why I'm making videos. I'm making videos with my point in mind and my likes and dislikes and stuff like that. And I only publish videos that I feel have some kind of positivity to them. I don't want to be those channels doing negatively that feeds on that, which is a big thing I'm feeling in this space, that just wanna just hammer down on everything and just seek out that. So I put this video up earlier on this SYNTHALGIA Retro Arcade Racing because I like the charm of the graphic, the music, and it seemed like it could be game mechanics that could be very interesting. So we're gonna see if it's how it's going. A lot of things have been updated and tweaks and fixed, and this is supposed to maybe hit early access. Possibly this end somewhere during the summer or maybe later on, you know. And it's gonna be in early access, and it's gonna be like building on to like having base mechanics going to what I've read on the Steam forum, and then, you know, going on. And you know, this is not a sponsor or anything like that. It's just, hey, I like it when, why not? I had some time over. I like when people, you know, no matter it's developer or others, like interact and get pointed out that, hey, there is a big update. So let's see if it is a big update. And what I'm gonna be, I guess, brutal honest. You know, there's no money being made on my channel, so what do I have to lose? Worst case scenario, the channel gets closed down and I still play games for fun. Yeah, that's, you know, the point of my channel, for good and bad. So there is actually a first thing to notice here. I can't read what it's telling, and I don't mean that I can't read the text. I can absolutely 100% read the text. But yeah, I'm using a Steam, my gamesir T4K here, and all I can see doesn't seem like my Steam overlay is working. No, so I'm pretty much stuck here. It seems to be some kind of menuing going on in the background, but I don't know if it is my gamesir T4 Kaleid running in Switch Pro mode that is causing this problem. It could be. This is a very fresh, just a couple of days I completely reinstalled my entire system and updated every driver, so kinda interesting that I should run into problems here. I can do nothing here. My gamepad is not working. Steam Oval is not working. Okay, I see him here. Okay, so this seems to be... I'm not gonna blame the game here. It could definitely be... I had a few problems with this game series when it's running in Switch Pro mode. I don't own, you know, a true Switch Pro controller, so I don't know if this would happen if you have a Switch Pro controller, or if it... I could swap this to a dual shock controller mode. It could also be a problem with that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna swap this to traditional Xbox controller mode, and we're gonna see if the game runs then. But I think it's nice just to showcase these kind of things. So if you have this problem when you boot up the game, it could be your controller that is the problem. So you might have to disconnect it, or you might have to tweak it. So now my gamesir T4K, it is just being recognized as a standard Xbox controller, except that the triggers in it for right now is running in Switch Pro mode, meaning they are just digital. They are fully engaged or not engaged. So let's restart SYNTHALGIA here again. It boots up in a borderless full screen window mode. So I'm gonna have to tab out. Right, there we go. So I'm gonna tab out. There we go. So this is how it should look, right? That's perfectly fine. But I wanted to just showcase what happens here. It's, I'm not gonna blame the game or the developer for this, because not every developer is gonna have a Switch Pro controller and like check, and it's like it could be a problem with Unity, Unreal Engine, or whatever is in the background. This is more for, you know, non-developers, or for developers if it have time over to maybe peek into. But yeah, if you have problems which you stuck in the previous menu that I was the first time you boot this demo, it is most likely a problem with your controller, so you need to address that in one way or another. So let me see if I can tab back in. I can't press Alt Enter, but it is a full screen borderless 4K window, so I'm gonna select. So the D-pad is not working, but you can use your left stick to choose your language, and here you see the language you have available. Right, it's a good chunk, but I prefer English. We go with English. There we go. And then you get an option to set your resolution. No. Oh wow, okay, here you have this menu. I'm gonna see if I set this to 1440p. It doesn't seem to be... Oh, there is an ultra wide, you know, but for this game I don't think I need ultra wide. So I might try that at the end of the video, just to verify that if the letterboxed or not. But I don't really see, for me, like this type of game not really super beneficial with that mode. I don't feel like, so we're gonna go for 1440p here. Wow. Okay, that was very interesting. It switched my desktop resolution to 1440p here. You can pause and read this. Controller, Xbox. I'm gonna go with the Xbox, I guess.
Right-click on the game in your library. Press Properties. Then press the Controllers tab. Under the Override section, select the drop-down box and press Disable Steam Input. Right-click on the game in your library.
Well, I guess this is good. The problem is that
Press
the problem...
Then press the control...
I guess that's nice. The problem again is that I had problem with the controller before even seeing that menu. But yeah, okay. It's good as an, I guess, if you get problems and you disconnect your controller, it's nice to have that. In my case, obviously, I had a problem from the get-go there. And the Steam overlay is not working in this game, which is quite interesting. Okay. I can... Oh, there we go. Left and right bumper to change between 3 colors. Oh, wow, okay. I cannot press continue with this color. I can't. You have to go down to continue, and I can't do that. So you have 2 colors to choose from. You have black, now I can go down to continue, or you have white. So black or white. You see, you can go up and down here with the left joystick here. You cannot do that in this color. Continue. Right, so I'm guessing... Oh shit. Uh-oh. I can't go down now. Now I can go down. Okay. Whew. I can't go down now. Ah, I can't press down. Yeah, this is a bit Yankee still. I can't continue here. I have to do that. Do this. Now I can continue. Can I go back? No, I cannot. Alright.
In Synthalgia, you drive fast to save fuel and drive slow to burn it fast.
Right, press Alt Enter. Now I get windowed mode and I get my desktop resolution back to 4K. Go.
In Synthalgia, you drive fast to save fuel and drive slow to burn it fast. Remember, a loud engine is a
there we go.
Engine.
Right, let me turn on MSI Afterburner. There you go.
You drive fast to save
let me showcase the performance for you guys.
Remember, a loud engine is a happy engine.
Okay, you have a tutorial here, okay.
Near miss other traffic to fill your stunt combo bar. A full stunt combo bar refills your nitro. Near miss other traffic to fill your stunt combo bar. A full stunt combo bar refills your nitro. Use your nitro by pressing left Alt on your keyboard or pressing A on your Xbox controller. It converts nitro into fuel as your main resource to propel you infinitely. Use your nitro by pressing left Alt on your keyboard or pressing A on your Xbox controller. It converts nitro into fuel as your main resource to propel you infinitely. Near miss other traffic to fill your stunt combo.
Okay.
Use your
refills nitro. Okay, so I can use nitro to fuel. Okay.
It converts nitro into fuel as your main resource to propel you in.
Right.
Press the space key on your keyboard or the Y button on your Xbox controller to use Deadeye. Deadeye slows down time for more accurate maneuvering and regenerates automatically. Press the space key on your keyboard or running out of fuel will end the game. Collisions with other cars will damage your car. Taking too much damage will also end the game. Running out of fuel and cargo trucks are your deadly friends. Drive under them to instantly refuel nitro and gas or to repair your car. Collisions with a truck will completely destroy your car. Fuel and cargo trucks are your deadly friends. The more you drive fast, in opposing lanes, and nearly hit traffic, the faster and more your score increases. Putting your name on the scoreboard. The more you drive, the higher your score each run, the faster you will rank up. Ranking up unlocks new items and increases your Deadeye ability length and regeneration rate. The higher your score each run,
Okay, this is the end. Okay.
Score each run, the more you drive fast.
Okay, that's how you get out of it, and we are into this. So by default there seems to be no VSync or anything on here, because I'm getting 177. And the game went full screen again. And it switched my desktop resolution. Right. Now the performance is terrible. What's going on? Alright, hey, it's nice to have, like, I guess, the, you know, tutorials and everything, but, first off, and it went full screen again, alright. So that is still a thing. The games keep switching from full screen and borderless full screen, and it changes my desktop resolution here. So this is what the game, you know, you should have, like, the first menu should definitely, it's nice to have your language option, right? That's really nice to have. No problem with that. But then it should go to, like, wow, my mouse cursor is stuck inside this window. That's fine. Let's turn down the audio here. But then you should get to this menu, right? So you manually can set your options. I still really... There we go. So now if I press... Is it in window mode or not? So I'm guessing the red is the selected one. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna press window mode here, like in the options here. And this is why we wanna go to the options menu first, right? To tweak things like this before we're tossed into the game. And the tutorials should be when you press, either the tutorial should be on the menu here, or that you could access, or it should be when you first enter the single player menu before the race. And it's nothing wrong, you can definitely have the tutorial running the first time before entering this menu. You can have them run the first time you run the demo, and then you set a flag so it doesn't run every time, to showcase, you know, that's not a bad thing. But you should definitely be able to access the tutorial, like, from within this menu here. And it shouldn't be running like every time or just one time you run it. So there we go. Now we have set a window toggle. Hopefully this works. But this is why we want to get to the menu before the game, to tweak and everything and do stuff like that. And as a warning, some people are not gonna like that you max out in the menu here. I'm getting 200 plus frames per second in the menu. But let's turn on VSync, and again, this is not a huge problem here, because if you go to the main menu, you can do this, and look, now I'm only running 120 frames. That's much nicer. My GPU went down at 10%, that's nice. In my, like, humble opinions, this is nothing that should be, like, I don't think that this needs to be an option or enabled by developers, but for most, like, menus like this, when you just click stuff like this, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind if you know, you just hard coded them to 60 frames per second. I don't think you should add this to the game. I'm probably gonna get more people like upset about that, but I don't need more than 60 frames to just move my little cursor around here in a good solid way, and that way I would save a little bit of an extra power, and my GPU wouldn't just go roar in the menu. So yeah, but okay, 440p English, here we have that. Doesn't seem like you can remap anything yet. Not a fan of that. And it definitely seemed like the Steam controller overlay is not working. The Steam UI, I can't get into that. So for some reason the Steam, you can't remap using the Steam UI here. I could probably use, yeah, I could maybe remap using... Nope. Wow. Huh. That is quite an interesting one. There we go. Let me try this. No. I'm gonna restart just for... There we go. Just to see here or something. Hello? Are you exiting game? The game just... There we go. Well, the game crashed. Interesting. Let's restart the game and let me see something. I'm gonna restart Steam entirely. Interesting start here to the demo here, but hey. If you as a developer say, you know, that you have tweaked your game and you're interested in feedback, I'm obviously gonna, you know, give you brutal, honest feedback. So we're gonna do this live. We're not gonna cut the diff down or anything like that. Let's try this. There we go. Let's see if I can... I've enabled the controller stuff in Steam here. I want to see if the Steam controller... Nope. The Steam controller UI or the Steam UI is still not working in this game. Right, so here we go. And right, so when I enable the Steam controller support, the controller will not work at all. Interesting. So the Steam overlay is enabled, but it doesn't work in this game, and the Steam input doesn't work in this game, so we disable that, I guess. I'm gonna disable Steam input. Right. Steam input is now disabled. And I'm guessing I have to restart the game for that to be kicking in. So we restart the game. Let's see what happens now. Looks like the game crashes every time you try to restart it or exit it, at least in window mode. The previous like Steam input was disabled, and now it was enabled. I'm gonna disable the Steam overlay to see if that's a problem. So Steam input is disabled, as you know the guide showed you to disable it. I'm running Steam stable, so I'm also disable the Steam overlay for this game. But yeah, the game crashed. It just freezes on that screen, and you have to tab out and manually click. We're gonna try that, if I remember it, in full screen to see how that's gonna go. Right, so we're running it again. No Steam controller or Steam input or Steam overlay or nothing. There we go. We're gonna try this again. Press start. Right. Yeah. Alright, now my controller works again. My gamesir T4 Kaleid. It only works in Xbox mode. So I'm gonna guess that unless you have an X input capable controller, it will not work in this game, and you need to, if you're using Steam input, you're gonna have to disable it for this game. This game has zero compatibility with that. You get the hint obviously, but it's sad because now I can't remap. There we go. This is sad, but now I can't remap, and I use my back buttons here, you know, and they are set to being left stick and right stick click, which I don't like to use, so I have perfect use for them in the back buttons. But I can't rebind that to any action using Steam input here, the Steam controller UI here, and there's no option for me to remap from within the game, so I'm stuck just having to use what the developer here has chosen for me. Obviously this in one way or another needs to definitely be changed before the game gets out. Even if it's just coming out in early access, this is just the core feature in my opinion that if I can't rebind using Steam controller or Steam UI, and I can't rebind within the game, like, you know, you're shit out of luck. And like no way to rebind in a good, easy way, it's just not good. And why is the Steam overlay not being utilized? Like, if the Steam overlay is not working, that means that my Steam controller that I used previously might not even work in this game at all. Because this needs Steam, like the Steam overlay to like hook into the game and switch this to an Xbox, an X input mode. Yeah, off to a very rocky start. Like if you have an X input Xbox compatible controller and you don't mind running your game in ball full screen in your native resolution and everything, hey, you might not have these problems. But if you have enabled Steam input for your controllers, or you like using that, or like using your Steam overlay, you're gonna be in a very deep problem. If you have like a Switch Pro controller connected, you're gonna be kind of soft lock, like I was the first time I ran this. So yeah, it's definitely off to a kind of rocky start. But let's see if we can play now and see the performance and stuff. That I've highlighted this, so there's no point in like just focusing on that too much. So VSync and windowed mode, that seemed to be working, so that's nice. Window mode seems to be working now once I've changed it from within the menu. RTX 3070 Ryzen 5600X and 32 gigabyte of system memory, so we're gonna umph the graphic up. Again, more options is definitely nice for graphic here. This works to be able to click it back and forward here. Right, that's nice. You're stuck in this menu till you click. If I do that, this is still not changed. If I press the B button in this menu, it goes to the normal menu, but this is still kind of open all the time. Pressing B from this menu should close this menu. Shouldn't be super advanced to just enable that, I feel like. But hey, minor things. That shouldn't be a problem to fix. Right, VSync does not seem to be working here. As you can see, my monitor is 120Hz monitor, and I'm getting 200 plus frames again. Right, so you have to toggle VSync on and off every time you restart the game. Needs to also be tweaked, definitely. Right, I actually wasn't thinking it was gonna be this much of talking here in the beginning. But hey, if you as a developer ask me to check it out and you're telling that you fix a lot of things, now I'm gonna, you know, obviously call out on stuff. So the menu still needs a lot of improvements. So VSync should stick. Love this, that's great. We still need more option for graphic tweaking. we still need a way to customize our controllers, especially since Steam input is not being working in this game, and you know, the Steam controller UI or the Steam UI isn't working. If you have this menu up and you press the B button to back out of this, it should also automatically close. It should close this menu automatically, right? Pressing B here should automatically close this menu and go back. That's a super minor thing, but hey, if we are here, why not get our most feedback going? There's a nice, again, this steering I was able to get to the steering wheel sensitivity in one way or another. I can't get to it anymore. Don't know why. So is that no? What? Okay, now I'm okay. We need to have being highlighted like this when we are in that option, right? So highlight when we are in this is missing. And is this also Xbox controller joystick sensitivity? I'm guessing it is. How do I get to credits? Credits are highlight when I'm in it. So steering wheel needs to have a highlight when you are over that. It's currently not in this demo here. So let's see. There's no way to enter the tutorial from here, so single player. There's still no way to enter my... Right, that's fine. Can't change any... Okay, no paint over here can be changed. There's still seems to be no way for me to rewatch the tutorial or anything like that. Automatic manual. There's no way to see this before entering the game, which I think should be available to the menu. Rotate camera. I gotta remember that that button is refueling and that one is the slowdown. Right, so it doesn't seem like I can get 120 frames going in 1440p in this game still. It seems like previously this game used around 4 GB of VRAM. Now the VRAM usage is 5.5 GB. So the VRAM requirement have gone up. It's still not a big problem, but for the graphic style it seems a little bit high. Most of my cores are being utilized, but 1 or 2 cores are definitely being like pushed a little bit extra here. So, but I can't see like one single thread being the problem. But apparently my CPU, my Ryzen 5600X, in 1440p window mode here with the max graphic settings, I cannot maintain a stable 120 frames. I can only barely get between 70 to 80 frames. My GPU is not 100% utilization, so there's still a very heavy CPU bottleneck. And looking at this, it's like the graphic doesn't justify to me, but I get why, because you have all the physics of the cars probably hammering your CPU. But this can be quite shocking for people, and if you have a even lower end CPU than I have, that could be a real problem. If you, I could see this you getting problem even hitting like 60 frames per second. And here my frames suddenly dropped to 50. Holy hell! And my GPU is hammered to 100%. Right, I'm hitting 60 frames per second. My GPU is at 50%. Oh right, oh, the screen tilt, I really would like to disable that. This is making me a bit nauseous doing this, with how the screen moves back and forward. Ooh. Oh my god. Whoa! Yeah, this is making me nauseous. D-pad is not working for anything. Oh my god. Okay, you have analog movement there. Back and forth for that. The performance is like for the graphic here, or the graphic style here, to barely hit just above 60 frames. That seems crazy. Are we using ray tracing? Is this an Unreal Engine 5 demo or something? Holy crap. What the heck is going on? I think like this is there was another Steam demo. I don't know if it was the same time I tried this at this one that just was brutally like heavy. Like for the graphic style, and I know I'm not the high-end computer parts anymore here, but like, I feel like an RTX 3070 with the Ryzen 5600X should be hitting way higher frames than just above 60 in that graphic art style. But yeah, we need accessibility options to disable the screen tilt check. That is actually kind of nauseating. But let's turn down the graphic settings and see on low what they do here. What can we get for performance? Okay, you can tweak the music with the D-pad. Okay, change track. I have headlight. That's right. That gas and brake are those one. All right. But I want to see that before in, like from the menus, and I should be able to want to see that. Wow, that's just the performance is pretty much the same even if I change to low. Yeah, the performance is exactly the same. VRAM is now up to 5.8 gigabytes, so changing to low settings did zero difference. Performance is still exactly this. It's worse, okay. Did I crank the graphic fidelity? 3 stars should be lower graphic, right? It seems like the performance is worse now. Is 3-star high graphic fidelity or low graphic fidelity? Like, oh my god, it dipped to 60. 50! I can't even get a stable 60 frames per second. The headlight did not work turning on off as the controller prompt said. If you just came for a normal let's try, I'm sorry, but hey, when again, if you as a developer ask me to, you know, try something because you seem to have improved it, I see a few improvements, but the main thing like aren't really been dealt. The biggest change is that you had a tutorial. The problem is that you only had one shot at the tutorial, so if you skip that, you're beeped. That's why you need to, like, you can run it for sure one time when you boot the demo up, that's fine and everything. But why can I not rewatch it? What if I forget some mechanic or something? I'm gonna have to do this again, because this seems like... Is this low or is this high graphic? Is this low graphic? I can't tell, but performance is the same. Meaning that there's probably a lot of heavy physics hammering the CPU from the cars. And this, you should be able to watch this screen from the main menu or from the pause menu. Because you might not memorize everything. Seems like the performance is maybe the same or 1 frame higher. I cannot tell any difference really in the performance. I'm getting the... Yeah, my CPU is such a limiting factor, so I can't tell the difference. And definitely we need to tweak this screen shake. This can... quite nauseating. Turning on and off the... I don't know what's happening. Yeah, that's some bug when I press. I press the right and like left buttons. They seem to be doing some weird stuff. Is that gear shifting? Because it looks like it was supposed to control my headlights. And again, I can't... I have to go like through the start a new game, and I have like 5 seconds, something like that, to memorize and see all of the keybinds, because I can't see the key mapping from my controller anywhere else. Right, so... This is still not fixed. On a controller you should not be able to enter this text box, because now you're technically soft locked. I can't get out of this box here. No matter what you do, you are stuck and you have to use your keyboard and like... No, you have to use your... Oh, there we go. Wait, how did I do that? Yeah, you have to use your keyboard, press like enter, and then you can get out of it. Or you have to use your mouse and click save. No matter what you press, on a controller you cannot get out of this box. And this is obviously one thing. Don't let the user enter this box with the controller. Should be not impossible to code that. Because the main thing with the controller is that you don't want to be by your computer, like maybe you want to play this on your TV, you have a wireless controller, and you don't want to have to like run back and forth just because you accidentally entered this one. As a workaround, if you're playing this demo, stay away from pressing up when you are at the A to G buttons here. Only press up on the left stick here. And also, I can see many people want to play this arcade with like the D-pad for steering, so not being able to remap and do that is a bit... definitely a sad thing. And you can't even remap again using like the Steam input UI, so... Right. I wanna try some racing, but... the only really thing that has been improved for me here is one. Here we can see this one. Thank you. Okay, good. That's great. So you can see... Here you can see that. Okay, so... I press the headlights. I wanted to turn those one off. So I pressed that. But it didn't work, and somehow I pressed the clutch button, the left button, and it seemed to just be a toggle. Something really got messed up there, and it just didn't work. Until I re-pressed the gas, the left trigger. Okay, so we can see this one. That's good. But only from within the game. But that is something. But you cannot remap or anything. You can change the sensitivity. You reset. Okay, that's fine. Right. And you have how to play... Oh, here you can watch this one. Okay. But like... This shouldn't be when you're in the game. This should be before the game. This is not the wrong, you can definitely have it here. But, like, why is this not accessible from the main menu? Maybe that's a me thing. Could be. Maybe that's a me thing, but okay, you can see that. Audio mixer. Okay, you can change the audio here. This is... Can I change the audio? Oh yeah, but it's not highlighted. It needs to be highlighted. So this is quite interesting. The master volume here is set in the middle here by default. This is loud. Like I have barely like any volume at all on my speakers right now, and this is loud. So I feel that if you were to crank the master volume, it could start distort, or just maybe the master volume isn't working. I don't want to try it because this is so loud already. I like that the master volume is in the middle, but I'm very skeptical to how it will work, since it is, again, it is very, very loud. I have 50% of my normal volume for doing Let's Tries, and it is louder than most of the game that are like cranking the master volume out up to 100%. So yeah, a little bit scared about that. And again, this needs to be highlighted. That's a fix. Before you get this one going for early access, make sure these small things are fixed, that it highlights when you go out there. It doesn't seem to be highlighted no matter if you use controller, keyboard or mouse. Alright, let's see, can we play something? Right. Okay, so that is my headlights. Okay, that's good. That's my clutch, okay. Alright. I definitely would have liked to remap my headlights to something else. Whoa! I couldn't read what it said. Press something for something. Is there a quick restart? Well, I have to go into the game. I have to start a session here, and I have to press pause. And then I can see, is there a quick restart here? Not that I can see. But yeah, I would have liked to have the headlights be on my left button here for me, since I'm not using the clutch, and it's having to let go of the gas just to press headlights on or off. They do come out on automatically, but if you want to do that manually, you really can't. Maybe that is just... Maybe that's a thing that is really only mechanic when you are running this in manual mode and not automatic. Can I change back? I'm gonna have to try that to see if I can change back to manual mode now. Manual, like gear shift and stuff like that. Because there's no option for it. Maybe it's an option for that in the main menu. Is there? I wanna check. Wanna verify stuff. No, there's no settings for that here. Here. Customize? No. Here you go. Okay, here is the only place you can change this one. Sure, but you could also have this in just in the main menu. This works, but you could also have it there in the main menu. No. So, but if the headlights are automatic in automatic mode and are manual in manual mode, maybe you should just not have a button to turn them on or off in automatic mode. Maybe that should just be unbinded. I don't know. It's just spitballing stuff here. Right, can we do something here? I haven't been able to beat like the first stage. I don't know if there's multiple stages or anything like that in this demo. But let's see if we can try. We are going very fast. So you're supposed to like... This should build up like my nitro meter. Not... Whoa, shit. Press A for a quick restart. Well, that didn't work. I pressed A. It did not do a quick restart. that doesn't work, and that menu there just goes zoom by, so you can't really read that. But alright, let's try to raise a little bit. Like there, okay, I see the improvements that you have the tutorial, alright? And the window mode is awesome that it is fixed right now. But there is still so much like minor things here. Like this is not what I want Let's Try to be focusing on. Just overcoming like the weirdness. Like my Let's Try should just be mainly focused on gameplay and maybe on performance. But it's just been so much with everything just to get that going. Just normal Let's Try. So much weird little kinks here and there, which is unfortunate. But here we go. Let's race. So I have full fuel. Oh, it did it. Okay, so when you come out from the pause menu, you have to kind of like double tap your gas for it to happen. How close do I have to... Did it work? Nope. I pressed A button. A quick restart did not work. I want to build like the nitro, but it doesn't seem to be working to build nitro. It's very, very like crazy fast the car's going. Difficulty settings for that could be something. Like I still have 0 nitro. Oof, that is a rough hitbox. Maybe an option to tweak the like the camera view, angle of view or something like that. And again, definitely want to have an option, accessibility option for the camera tilting. That can definitely be... Here you see I'm stuck. I'm pressing full gas here in automatic gear shift mode. You have to let go of the gas and tap the gas again for it to start going. Wow, okay. I didn't even think that I was hitting that car right there. Very, very rough hitbox. Okay. Alright. So you hold gas and you're stuck in second gear. And then you have to reapply the gas. So you suppose like give them maybe an option to change the angle here. It's not a bad angle, but it's the hitboxes of the cars are quite rough. I still haven't built up any like nitros or anything. Maybe I have to race further in. Let's just do regular racing here to see that without trying to slipstream or going crazy. Again, I like the graphic, but this is way too demanding for what it is. I like the music. Let's change music track. Wow, 60 frames per second here. My GPU at 60% and 59. Oh shit, I tried to brake. Let me see, I wanna just... Let's go quickly to the main menu to make sure the graphics thing there again. We're gonna race a little bit, trying to see if I can get further into it, showcase the gameplay. Options. So again, I don't know if this is high or low. I think it's better to have that as a toggle, low, high. So I don't know what these stars mean, and since it's so CPU bound, I don't even know. Because the performance is pretty much the same. Really long loading time for this type of game here, but it's not nothing that to be hang up on. Just a bit longer than in many other games, but doesn't bother me. This is a pretty fast restart, but fast restarting is not working. 40 frames per second in this. Yeah, you need a beast CPU. Right, just racing here. If I go... How the heck are you supposed to go? I wanted to like go under it. It's rough. I think there's gonna be... Okay. It's gonna be needed for some kind of difficulty settings to like slow down the cars. Making it a bit more accessible to more players. Alright. Do not press gas here or you will be stuck at going at this speed. It's still a minor stuttering here in the beginning at least of the game. Driving underneath those tracks are very, very rough. And I can't get 60 frames per second here. With stuttering down to 50 frames. And it shouldn't be shader compilation because I've run this area quite a few times right now. Oh, that is changing camera view. I don't know if that's better or worse for me. Can I see something? Rotate camera. That's a hidden camera bind. That is not even available as something that you can see here. Pressing the right stick click, changes your distance to your camera view. That's not even available here. I don't like hidden key bindings. Maybe make an arrow like from the center out here that says car view distance or something like that. Camera distance. All right. Continue. Alright, turning off the headlights, that works. Alright, come on. There we go. See if we can raise. I don't know if there's analog support, unfortunately. That's because my controller is tweaked to be X Switch Pro compatible at the moment. So it might be analog. You might have analog triggers here. Unfortunately, I can't really test that. Oh my god, the camera when you press the gas. Camera, oof. Go back and forward, woo! Like this can make you very, very seasick, like. Trying to go. Ooh, that is rough. Alright. Let's see if we can get further. But yeah, accessibility for the screen shake, the camera view thing, swapping backward and forward, definitely gonna be needed. Can make people nauseating. Gonna remove my MSI Afterburner. The performance is just yeah, all over the place and barely hitting 60 frames here. And I think I set this to the 3-star that I'm hoping is low. Let's play again. Let's see how far can we get. Again, the idea is not bad. But there's definitely a ways to go here. So maybe aim for early access at the end of the year and try to iron out these bugs. So that, you know, it's more focused then on just the pure gameplay. Again, hopefully analog works, analog stuff. I could try that, but it's a little bit finicky, unfortunately. Did I hit the car? Apparently I did. The hitboxes seems huge on the car. Maybe the cars can be smaller or something. When I was driving by its side, apparently I hit it. That's when you get the screen distortion, but I felt like I was like not hitting it. Yeah, some tweak to the hitboxes here for sure. It's a very, very difficult game. I don't know if the steering sensitivity works. It feels pretty very sensitive still here, so. Oh right, I have to repress. I can't hold it from the start. My bad, oh my god. I'm actually trying to race now to get further into the game here. But you have stuttering, bad performance. and the hitboxes, like it's very, very difficult. They go zoom very quickly against you. It's a brutal, difficult game here to just get into. Maybe I don't know if the speed of the cars or if it's the viewing or something, but it's very little time for you to react to the oncoming traffic there. So a couple of maybe 5-10 minutes. Yeah, see if I can race here now. Just purely focus on the racing. But yeah, this is not good. The camera is moving. But alright. Like, it's very challenging to, like... I felt like I did not hit that car straight on there. It's very, very rough hitboxes. Very rough. They need to be, I feel, more lenient. Like, Burnout had great, like, side hitboxes and Need for Speed and stuff. I think it was a mechanic in a Need for Speed game that works really nice. I don't feel the same here. It feels like, why am I hitting it? The car. Take a look at Burnout if you have the possibility. Alright, you have to double, not hold there. And how their like sideways hit detection is, because they did it very good. It's just... I don't know how to just drive close to any. I need a huge distance between me and the cars. I need a huge distance. I don't know what it is. Okay, don't hit the gas. Now I can hit the gas. Otherwise, no. Now I can hit the gas. There we go. Maybe add a 3, 2, 1 or something more. I like, you should be able to hold the throttle down and just go when you're able to. Whoa, okay, I hit, apparently I hit the car there. Ow. Still have no nitro. Stutter. I tried to turn, it didn't turn there. Is it because I've turned down the steering sensitivity? Let me try to remove that. Or change it back to the default. There we go, controller. Is it because I've changed this? Let me move that up. I think this was the... Something like this should be the default. There we go. There I can hit the gas. Right, let's go. No. Using the slow-mo there, I still had no way to avoid that one. Right, now, let's see how far we can maybe try to get here. I can't try to drive close to the cars because the hitbox are kind of crazy. Slow-mo is nice, but I don't know how I was supposed to avoid hitting that. This way too dense with cars. As a beginning level, way fewer cars, so you can get more chances to try in an easier way to slipstream. Okay, seems like it might be working a little bit, but a bit higher sensitivity here. Yeah, fewer cars to help with the slipstreaming thing. This seems to be one of the... Whoa! Oh my god, that is so too... That is too difficult. Holy shit. The more space between the front and back wheel on the fuel trucks there to like that is whoa. kind of brutal. I feel a lot of people here with how difficult everything is from the get-go. If they get past the yankiness, how difficult it is with the hitboxes and like everything might be off-putting to them. Again, the idea is nice here. Graphic style isn't bad. It's the performance and the execution here. Again, Burnout had great slipstreaming. I highly recommend that. And it's just too brutal. When I see the oncoming car there, I don't really have any... I don't feel like I have any way to avoid it. I did not have that kind of feeling in Burnout, and that's just a fast-paced game, and you drive close and crazy and do all of this kind of stuff also in it. So yeah, I would recommend as a inspiration, play Burnout and just try their slipstreaming hitbox and how that feels. There I can hit the gas, and at least as an option for like the speed to be slower, at least for the oncoming traffic, and way less dense traffic here to start the demo off, to like get you like used to trying to do stuff like when that car is like in a visibility range good there, it's too late. I'm hitting it. Final try. And I have to like go out in the oncoming there, because otherwise I would have just crashed in the car in front of me, because they feel that they go very slow. So I'm gonna assume that analog trigger works here. I don't have that. Like I have to go out in the oncoming traffic, and it's a good possibility that doing this is going to destroy me. And now there's no traffic in the oncoming there. It's just... yeah, I do. When shit is about to happen, I don't have any good way to really avoid it. Still don't know if I have nitro or how to use that here. Like I need to go into this lane, but it's just... it's too difficult. It does feel like I'm not in control. So I'm stopping here. I think I've done a very solid try here. Again, if you're a developer and you're saying that you improved a lot and stuff, and if I'm, expect me to, call you out on stuff and do a really more solid, feedback version. Maybe I should have, a mail so developers might be more inclined to leave feedback or stuff like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm stopping here. The improvements is definitely the window mode toggle. That is great to have. I feel that is great. But let me end with restarting here. I want to see if we do this. It stops every time on this screen here when I try to exit it. I have to press the crosshair there. But let me, for double checking purposes, yes, restart one final time here. It's a Unity game, alright. That also seems okay. I'm guessing that it is the car physics that is super heavy on the CPU that is causing all of this. Right, let's see. Right, this time VSync stayed on. It definitely did not stay on one time. Hopefully that was just a very weird bug happening. Good that the VSync stayed on this time. Right. Feedback. Okay, if you focus on gameplay, it's definitely interesting, but again, check more out on Burnout series, because that slipstreaming works good, works nice. It's really good slipstreaming performance there. It felt solid, it felt like you were in control. and everything like that. I don't feel like it's the same amount of control going on in this, like just driving. One way to mitigate that is to, when you start, it should be way less density of both oncoming and cars in general. Also, it's probably a good idea to start off with maybe at least the oncoming cars being more slower, because it's very difficult. They pretty much pop straight into your view, and then it's like you can't really avoid them. And again, since there are so many cars, it makes it more difficult to try to learn that more. And the trucks, again, to slipstream under them, you need more view, I feel, there, because it's a very challenging thing, and you kind of need to do that very fast to slipstream under. Maybe with practice you can get it going, but like as a beginning here, it is just like brutal difficult there, because you can't like try to match your speed quickly there, because then there's gonna be oncoming cars and you're gonna get just destroyed from. So if they are wider between the wheels for those, it will help mitigate that feeling a lot. I couldn't use the boost or anything, but it didn't seem like I'd had any nitro. I don't know if I had to get further into the game to get nitro or anything. So I couldn't use the kind of like change nitro into fuel or something like that. And I also could, like, maybe I had to slipstream close the car more, but it felt so rough. Like, it's very tiny window, like it's like brutal there. Like when I felt like I did a good slipstream, I hit the cars, and otherwise I wouldn't feel like I got any like combo going. So yeah, that needs a lot of tweaking. And you know, like again, the menu, like we need more tweaking in general. And like why can we not rewatch the tutorial from here? It's good that you have a tutorial, and it's good that it runs one when you first boot it up. But instead of throwing you straight in the game, I also wanna land on this menu before running. I wanna land on this menu before landing straight into the game to tweak stuff. But I wanna also, like, why can I not see my Xbox controller layout from within here? It's good that it is viewable within the game, but why can I not see it here? Why can I not, when I go here, why can I not access the tutorials here? Why can I only access them when in the game? Why can I not tweak the audio levels here? Why can I only do that from within the game? It's good that you can do that in the game again, but why can I not do it here? If the game is blasting loud, I have to go into the game to turn it down, for example. Or if it is very low, I have to get in the game to turn it up. Why is that not available here? And this steering wheel sensitivity, is that only for steering wheel, or is that gonna be applied to, you know, the joystick? Hard to know. This one may be changed from start to low to high for graphic quality, and we need more tweaking here. And definitely look into how can we is there any way that we can turn down the CPU utilization a bit? Because many people have a CPU that is lower than a Ryzen 5600X, and I struggled in 4040p here, and like 4040p shouldn't matter. Like I struggled, like we should be able to take that out of, you know what, hey, why not? Let's see this. Like this should have no impact on the frames dipping lower. It really shouldn't, because my RTX 3070 was never maxed out, and it still dipped under 60 frames per second. But hey, why not? We finished this. What is the frames gonna be now in 1080p? This shouldn't affect the lowest frames, because again, my GPU was never maxed out, really. Maybe sometime, but overall here in the beginning, no, it wasn't. So I should still be dipping down to like 50 or like 45 here. There we go. I can see the performance. Yeah, I'm still dipping down to 45 frames in 1080p on the Ryzen 5600X. Like, I'm hitting below 50 frames here. It is steady below 50 frames. Yeah, I get the same exact performance. Is still, I'm not hitting 60 frames here in 1080p, and that is because my Ryzen 5600X is apparently not good enough for this game to hit a solid 60 frames stable. And looking at this graphic, I would assume I easily could get 120 frames. And I'm guessing this is because all of the density of the cars and physics and like that. But it's going like around 60 frames. It's not fluctuating like crazy, that's nice. But why is it dipping below 60 frames? And why can I not even get close to 120 frames here? I think you're gonna get a lot of feedback on the performance weirdness for sure. And if the minimum to be able to hit 60 frames is above a Ryzen 5600X, yeah, you're gonna miss a lot of customers, because a lot of customers have Ryzen 5600X or below. So, yeah, it's too much to summarize. I hope this video has been helpful as feedback. I highly recommend to push back the release of the early access. Obviously, it wasn't set in stone, but until like the main thing here are ironed out and maybe optimized, so that the only thing left is just focusing on the gameplay. I wouldn't. Me personally, I'm not a developer, I'm not a publisher. I can only speak from like my hypothetically, you know, what I feel is, don't release it in early access unless that is like tweaked and pretty stable. Like, at least the Ryzen 5600X should get a solid fixed 60 frames per second in this type of graphically looking game. At least. Like, it should be able to run on a lower CPU, I feel like, and still in 1080p be able to hit 60 frames stable. Like, in this point you can't. And like, iron out this the little tweak with the menus and everything like that, as I mentioned. Add accessibility option for the camera swaying back and forward in horizontal and vertically. Well, not vertically, it's more like a C depth thing, I guess, for the camera when you gas and brake. So that when early access comes, it's just about tweaking the difficulty of the game, tweaking the hitboxes and stuff like that. And again, Burnout is a great game to check out for at least the side slipstreaming hitbox, how that works, because it feels super solid in that game as an inspiration. Because that should only be what you focus on when this comes in early access, pretty much. Like the gameplay, adding levels, adding mechanics and stuff like that. And yeah, wish you the best of the luck if you watch developers or anyone who watched it till this end. Hopefully you can try this demo yourself. Maybe the difficulty is not a problem for you. Maybe you have a computer that doesn't have the performance that I have, because there are noticeably stutters when it just dips down like to like 50 here and there. And I prefer my games, especially fast games, to run at 120 frames, or at least it needs to be a locked 60 frames. So yeah, hopefully it's demo is out so you can try it. Like, again, the idea isn't bad, but unless you know it is a solid just experience and just focusing on the gameplay, a lot of people are probably gonna be very off-put. And with, again, the art style isn't bad, but it doesn't have, you know, AAA level of art style. So a lot of people here are gonna see indie developer and it looks like indie kind of graphic. They are going to want that graphic to be running probably on lower end hardware. I feel that a lot of people with lower end hardware are looking into indie games. Because if I see a game from like a single developer, I'm not automatically gonna think this is gonna be super demanding like the newest AAA games. But you know, like right now the performance is that, but it doesn't give me those visuals or anything, or the tweakability. So yeah, that's it for this Let's Try. I like that developers give feedback. So hopefully this will help for you. I wish you all the best and everything like that. But with all of this and how difficult it is, I'm gonna wait. I'm not like, you can leave feedback, players or developers or whatever. And again, maybe I should have just a mail for developers to be more inclined to leave feedback. I think that's very nice. I'm not gonna do a third look at this game, even if you update this demo. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till this gets traction from maybe other reviewers, other like IGN or, you know, publisher that publish, you know, do game testing and game reviews, or if it just gets picked up by Twitch streamers, YouTubers, whatever, and if they like, oh, this is a really fun game, like if like Metal Jesus that loves this type of indie looking type of games, if he were to like, oh, I got to check this game out, it's a really solid experience, then I might, you know, hey, all right, yeah, I might check back into this. So yeah, this is gonna definitely be for, I would say, for a very foreseeable future, the final Let's Try of this game for me. Because yeah, it wasn't enough polish for me to really feel oomphed up for this game, and it is a very lot of things that need to be polished for me to feel oomphed up. It definitely is very noticeable. Again, the window mode is great, and it is a toggle and it sticks. Took a lot of frustration out of the parts for that part. But then again, you have zero remapping, you have zero Steam input support, and like you're locked to using what the developers here feel that, hey, this is how you play the game. You have no really good accessible way to remap it. And it's just, all of these small things is very off-putting, and then it's a very difficult, challenging game. I don't feel that the hitbox and everything are like accessible to me, like giving me like, oh, I'm messing up. I'm like, wait, why did I hit that card? And it's too much of that for me to want to keep like keeping track of like demo updates and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe hopefully this will get picked up again. The final, like, the idea is not bad. It's been done and been loved in other games like this. Again, Metal Jesus, you know, YouTuber, lots of retro and gamer and stuff like that, definitely, you know, have mentioned games with kind of them in the spirit of this mechanic and loved it. And I know more people love it, and I, you know, sure could appreciate it if it would have felt solid, just the gameplay experience. So it doesn't do that for me right now, but you have the demo, hopefully, and you can try it, and hopefully you have a good enough computer that performance or everything isn't a problem for you, and you can just try it. And maybe you are just much better of a gamer for this type of game, so you don't feel that this is a kind of brutal difficulty to get into. And it's great with the tutorial that really helps you guys know what you're supposed to do. So that's a 2 big thumbs up for 2 solid things being fixed for this. And there's definitely a lot longer, a lot more way to go for it to be really solid. But yeah, I wish all the best. And with that say, everyone can leave a like, a thumbs up, a comment, follow, check back to this, you know, to this video if you want to do to the channel. Follow, check back, you don't want to miss more Let's Tries and Let's Plays and stuff like that. And have a great day, and bye for this time.